The King's Demons. This is Doctor Who, Peter Davison. Okay, this one, it's not one of my favorites, but like it's not too bad. It's only a two-parter, so there's that, I guess, to consider. The Master is in it, Anthony Ainley, and he's really good, of course. I just felt like it was like almost like they just kind of threw this together and they're like, oh, let's just have this medieval thing. I almost feel like they had costumes left over and a set left over from another show. And they said, all right, well, let's do Doctor Who out of this because, So basically, I'm going to give the storyline a one. So one just means it was okay. Two means it was fantastic. One means it was okay. It was okay. I liked it. The Doctor, there's a lot of mistaken identity. The Master frames the Doctor for being this demon. And the Doctor is trying to stop the Master from signing the Magna Carta, which of course is going to lead to democracy and all this great stuff, and the Master just wants to just screw it up because he's just awesome and a bad guy. The big thing with this one, it was the first appearance of Chameleon, which is a robot which stays on for a little bit here and there, and his whole thing is he can transform into whoever. And I know that a lot of people had problems working with the Chameleon robot. The lines would get messed up. So sometimes the guy would just say the lines, or you'd have to record it a bunch of times. And you're supposed to move around, but he didn't really move around that well. Looking at it today, I thought he looked pretty good. Like when I'm watching these, I guess I'll get to the artistry. Let me get to the artistry. The storyline is a one. The king is really Chameleon. The real king is away. There's sort of the lord of the house who's being tricked, pulled both ways. The Master saying the Doctor's the bad guy. The Doctor saying the Master's the bad guy. It's all sort of standard kind of stuff. There's like a sword fight. And it's kind of like an unsatisfactory conclusion. It's just the Doctor just kind of leaves and it's like, well, everything's good. I'm like, well, okay. It's like, it'll work itself out. It just felt weird. The ending was just a little bit weird. I do like that the Master's TARDIS was an Iron Maiden, because nobody's going to want to go into that. That is genius. That was a great idea, whoever came up with that concept. We'll talk about Chameleon and the artistry and characters, I guess. For the pacing, I'll give it a 1.5. It is only 2 episodes, so I'm not really bored or anything, so that's good. I'm not giving it a 2 for pacing because I wasn't like on the edge of my seat engaged, like, oh man, I can't wait to see what happens. I just thought, oh, this is pretty good, and I wasn't bored, and it was kind of just over. I'm like, all right, so not, the pacing was fine. Artistry 1.5, it looks kind of good. There's nothing else really going on except for the sets, and it looks good, but it's not like knock your socks off, like, wow, this one was really cool. I usually like when there's a lot of different locations going on, or like normally I just give this one a 1, like there's a few sets and then that's it. I give 1.5 because I do like the setting, and I actually think Chameleon looks really cool. Like I think he looks really neat because you can see that he's really there. Like a lot of times when there's a robot, it's just a guy in a suit or whatever. But this looked like, oh wait, this is not a guy in a suit. This is a real thing that's sitting there. It's pretty cool. So I thought he looked neat, and I liked the way he would like transform and stuff like that. So that's the artistry. The characters, I'm going to give it a 1.5. The Master is awesome. Anthony Ainley is so good. So that's, put him to the side. We know he's good. Turlough doesn't do anything at all. Could have just been moved away from this episode. He's just there to be there. So again, they didn't find anything for him to do. So I can't really judge him too much. So he's kind of out of here. Tegan's okay. She says a few funny things and gets involved a little bit in the action. Peter Davison is in good form. He uses like tactics, like he'll pretend he's a bad guy just to like get to a certain thing, or can control a situation. He's pretty good there. Let's talk about the Chameleon robot. I'm going to give the enjoyment factor a 1, giving this a 6.5 out of 10. Look, it's fine. 6.5 is decent, right? Decent. It was okay. 6.5 out of 10. All right. I want to talk about the Chameleon robot. I liked it. Look, John Nathan Turner threw a lot of stuff into Doctor Who that he thought, let's see how this plays. And he went for it, and he tried hard on this one. Ultimately, the actors and the production crew and stuff didn't like working with this thing. They said it was very difficult. similar, canine comparisons, except canine worked better and the voice was just off screen. Um, I thought this was neat. Like, it was a neat idea. Let's get a real robot. It just, the heart was there, the thought was there. It just didn't work. But I thought they could have done something a bit more with them. And again, maybe instead of morphing he could morph to different people when he needed to, but maybe he could always morph to, maybe a certain person every time. So you'd have one guy always who's chameleon, or maybe he just turns into this person and then it stays that way all the time. I don't know. I haven't seen these in a while. I don't remember exactly how it goes with chameleon. I know he's just sort of sacrificed or whatever in his final appearance. But firstly, I would have liked to have seen maybe some more with him or something, because I thought he looked cool and it was a neat idea. And yeah, people didn't like working with him. What are you going to do? But anyway, so 6.5 for this particular episode. I thought it was okay. I'm just not dying over it. But Peter Davison, so far, his run has been spectacular. And if this is one of the weaker ones, then we're still doing pretty good, because the strong ones are awesome. So there you go. All right, guys. Next one is The Five Doctors. Wow, I can't wait for that one. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Until next time.
Hey friends, you've just been listening to J-Man, and he is the smartest person who ever lived. So make sure you like and subscribe.